Welcome to News Splash and Fortress Media. Stay tuned as we take you through the news making the rounds today. I am Oluwatobiloba Ni. The President, Major General Muhammed Buhari and his Polish counterpart, Andrzej Duda, have signed a memorandum of understanding on agriculture in order to strengthen collaboration between both countries in the sector. Duda disclosed this while briefing journalists at the front porch of the presidential villa, Abuja, shortly after a closed-door session with Buhari. According to him, the MOU becomes necessary in the light of Russia's aggression in Ukraine and the consequent food crisis. Describing Russia's aggression as unjustified, Duda noted that his country is supporting affected states and its partner countries to boost agricultural yield. In the energy dimension, he noted that Nigeria being rich in gas will ensure a steady increase of supply to Poland and the rest of the European Union. On the spot, Buhari thanked the Polish government for opening its arms to Nigerian students whose studies were truncated by the Russia-Ukraine crisis, offering them opportunities for continued education. The Minister of Education, Adamu, is meeting with pro-chancellors, chairmen of councils, and vice-chancellors of universities, among others. While the details of the meeting ongoing in Abuja remain sketchy at the time of filing this report, it is part of the efforts of the federal government to resolve the industrial action by members of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, ASU. Shortly before the discussions went into a closed-door session, Mr. Adamu gave an address to declare the meeting open. In his remarks, he said one major issue over which the government and ASU as well as other unions could not reach an amicable agreement was the issue of the law on no work, no pay. The minister also noted that he had been in a dark period of personal anguish and internal turmoil following the lingering strike by the Academic Staff Union of Universities. Stakeholders present at the meeting include the Registrar of the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board, JAMB, Professor Isha Koloyede, Executive Secretary of the National Universities Commission, NUC, Professor Abubakar Rashid, Emeritus Professor Peter Okebukola, and Nimi Briggs, among others. The Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, has arraigned the Speaker of the Ogun State House Assembly, Olakunle Uluomo, before a federal high court in Lagos. He was arraigned alongside the Director of Finance of the State Assembly, Oladayo Samuel, as well as the Clerk of the House, Adiya Mutaiwo. The defendants were arraigned at about 10 a.m. on Tuesday before Justice Daniel Usiago on 11 counts of conspiracy, forgery, and stealing. They all pleaded no guilty to the charge. In a related development, a federal high court sitting in Lagos has granted bail to the Speaker, Olakunle Uluomo, in the sum of 300 million naira, with two sureties and like sum. Justice Daniel Usiago on Tuesday granted bail following no objections from the EFCC. In granting bail to the Speaker, Justice Usiago held that one of the sureties must not be less than a level 16 officer in the civil service, while the other must possess landed property within the court's jurisdiction. The court granted the second and third defendants bail in the sum of 100 million naira, with two sureties also in like sum. On the foreign scene, Liz Truss on Tuesday officially became Britain's new Prime Minister at an audience with Head of State Queen Elizabeth II after the resignation of Boris Johnson. The former Foreign Secretary, 47, was seen in an official photograph shaking hands with the monarch to accept her offer to form a new government and become the 15th Prime Minister of a 70-year reign. The symbolic ceremony took place at his sovereign remote Balmoral retreat in the Scottish Highlands, as the Queen 96 was deemed unfit to return to London due to ill health. The last time the handover of the power took place at Balmoral was in 1885, when Queen Victoria was on the throne, and it has only been held once outside London since 1952, when Winston Churchill met the new Queen at Heathrow Airport after the death of our father, King George VI. In sports, Nigeria and USA women national senior teams will clash in Washington, D.C. on Tuesday in the second of a two-match tour of the United States by the 9-time African champions. 3-time world champions trounced the Falcons 4-0 in the two teams' first encounter at the Children's Mercy Park in Kansas City, Missouri on Saturday, with a brace from Sophia Smith, one each by Lindsey Horan and Alex Morgan. Both USA and Nigeria have qualified to participate in the 9th FIFA Women's World Cup finals to be staged by Australia and New Zealand in the summer of next year. Tuesday's encounter will take place at the Audi Field in Washington, and the game will commence at 11 p.m. Nigeria time. That ends news splash on Fortress Media. For more trending stories, follow us on all our social media platforms at Fortress Radio 1 and our YouTube channel at Fortress Media 1, or download our app with the F logo from Google Play Store. I am Oluwatobiloba Oni.